Welcome to the video where we're going to talk about the concept of interdependence ties in the Takt production system. So as we are putting together our phases and finishing up our Takt plan, one of the key things we will want to do is to make sure that all of our phases that we have in the macro and in the norm, that they are tied together with any logic that is necessary. Now, I do want to make one point that the Takt production system has a lot of logic. It's just that you might not be able to see it easily in the format until you get used to it. So let me just talk about a couple of these. Number one, interdependence ties. These are vertical ties that will show any dependency between activities or phases. There's also inside the logic what's called sequential dependence, meaning when you look at the actual sequence itself, like let's say for zone 1A here, there's a sequence between Takt wagons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even these wagons being next to each other indicates a sequential dependence. There's also a diagonal dependence. If you look at Takt wagon number 4 flowing down through this phase, that diagonal dependence is indicating the need for trade flow. So that is another type of dependence. There are procurement dependencies, milestone dependencies, and always any dependencies that focus around trade flow, workflow, or logistical flow. So the Takt production system is chock full of logic. It is simply packaged inside the format itself. And so when you have your phases, what you need to do is make sure that any of this logic is accounted for in the actual format. And to provide a general rule of thumb, usually you're going to have anywhere between 10 and 30 of these interdependence ties between the phases. They need to communicate the relationships between the phases, enable you to identify your path of critical flow and any critical handoffs. So in the Takt production system, once you have your phases, your zones, your Takt time, and once you have your trades packaged, you need to know how those phases tie together with any of your interconnections. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.